Hello everyone. So we are gonna get started here and play some Broken Sword 2, the Smoking Mirror. So last time we, I guess we didn't get the sword. Yeah, no, we didn't get the sword. We blew up a whole church, and the game ended on a happy note. So we're gonna start a new game here, and we're gonna see what happened in Broken Sword 2. Let's get the game to view here. Thank you, Embassy. So, starting the game here. I believe this game is much shorter than the first game. So, basically, I think it's like 4 to 6 hours to beat. We might not actually beat this in one stream here. But we'll see how things go here. Let's start a new game and see what happens.
This must be the place. Professor Ubier's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching a story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling about this.
Well, this game starts off the bank. Still can't do anything yet. Maybe I should save it since you probably could die here.
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders while tied to a chair. No such luck. But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood. Ubier's book collection was exclusively devoted to South and Central American studies.
Okay.
I couldn't reach while tied to the chair. I decided to work out how to untie myself before exploring further. Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
Alright, so we killed the spider. No more itsy bitsy spider. Probably a metal bracket is probably what we need to do to untie ourselves here.
With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
Alright.
I wasn't touching that spider goo. Yellow pus was seeping from below the bookcase. That spider was very squashed.
Oh, there's probably something in here we can use.
In the drawer was a small decorated pot. Inside, I found a bottle of tequila. Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal.
Alright.
Disgusting. Not only did the tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself from swallowing the worm.
Oh. Do we have an inventory system? No.
The pot contained a key.
Oh. That's good. We get out of here now.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away. Well, they could be useful. I'd already ransacked Nico's handbag, and besides which, the color didn't suit me.
Dart.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end, but this didn't deter me from getting it anyway. I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it. I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
Not gonna touch the box with the spider, eh?
The cabinet was locked.
Is that what the key is for?
The key was way too large to fit into that tiny keyhole. It was Nico's lipstick. It wasn't my color, and it reminded me of clowns. I guess I had no business reading it, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from Andre Lobineau, the history student Nico had known at college. The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number. Lobineau figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running.
Oh boy.
It was the poisoned dart which had stunned Nico. I'd never known anything keep her quiet so effectively. It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart.
Alright,
The door blocked my only means of escape. I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
Maybe we're gonna use the penis utility box. No. What's this for? This is the options menu here. Alright.
It was the box that spider had crawled from.
I'm not sure how to put out this fire. Did I miss picking up something here? Oh, there's something here. A worm.
There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet. It was the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Oh, we got a worm.
The projecting bracket had served its purpose. There was nothing else I could do with it. The rope was shredded and no possible use to me. I had no time to sit around.
We found a worm, which we needed. I don't think there's anything else here. So I think we need to get into that cabinet somehow. There's everything we can do here. There's something in this cabinet. I don't know if you use a dart, maybe pick us.
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open. That cylinder was hot. I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands.
Yeah, pick it up. Alright, so let's maybe use the panties here to pick up this hot cylinder.
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around.
Hey, thanks for the raid, red shoes. Much appreciated. Not sure my bot is not giving the link. But guys should go ahead and follow Red Shoes if you're not already. Red Shoes playing some Windroad. So feel free to give her a follow. Alright, so we got a cylinder.
It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart.
So, how am I supposed to put out the fire?
The cabinet was already open.
Alright, no problem, no red shoes. Go ahead and eat. Food is always good. Food is always good.
The door blocked my only means of escape.
So, we'll go out the window maybe. There's something here.
There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas. It was a small metal cylinder with a valve at one end.
Let's do something with this. Maybe try gas cylinder here.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened.
What?
Now I had one primed up and ready to use extinguisher.
Okay. So I guess we know what we need to do next. Siphon out the flames here.
With a well-aimed squirt of a soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
Yeah, Nico got mysteriously taken.
I wasn't gonna burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Oh. See if there's anything good here.
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two. It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe. The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Looks like we're going to Mexico here.
Much as I disliked him, Labano might be my only hope of finding Nico. Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobar, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a
Don't
fight.
really call her to pick up a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre,
we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the cafe at Montfaucon?
Sure.
Sure.
Andre? You better show you creep.
You better show, you creep.
I felt an irrational urge to wipe my ear.
Alright. Time to meet.
The door was locked. I didn't fancy my chances of kicking this door down.
So this is probably where we use the key.
I unlocked the door. I wasn't looking forward to meeting Labano again, but he was my only link with Nico. There was no sign of Labano when I got to the cafe. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him.
Alright. Oh, you have the flask, yeah.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking. Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was. Ah, yes. I remember you.
Yeah. Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. What brings you back to Paris?
Alright.
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. To share a bottle of wine with me.
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
Have you ever heard of a Professor Oubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
The man was still looking.
How are you supposed to tell that if he's if he's still looking at me?
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
The man was still looking. What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Oh, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
Tell me what you make of this note.
By years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail. The man was still looking. I had nothing else I wanted to ask the gendarme. The man was still looking. The man was still looking.
Okay.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Lobino. Oh, garçon. He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Alright. Can't do anything here.
The man was still looking. Hey, you.
What?
I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
Okay, so we're gonna get some coffee here.
Un café.
Thanks. What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe? I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me, I didn't sell it to him.
Do you know a guy called Andre Lobino?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
Well, I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Oui, he married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
You got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and they wrote a tight alibi.
Why would an eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Now we. Sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Well, this is a surprise, surely. I wouldn't normally call you. But Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this
What
time?
have you dragged her
It was
into?
you that recommended Professor Oubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler has kidnapped her. And he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved,
Every time she
there's
gets
trouble.
involved,
Walking
you
out
are
on
in
her is
trouble.
the best thing you could do.
Walking out on
My
her?
father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered.
Well, she recovered and went back to old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I help?
So how can I
Nico
help?
needs to speak to Oubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean...
Oh, you mean this stone?
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely.
Precisely, the court told me to gut it with my life.
Oh, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
Oh, very
Is
funny.
that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking
The
about?
stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy. And the guy who kidnapped Nico is from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
God.
Oh
You
my
mean
god!
I could be in
You mean
danger
I could be in danger too? What?
What do you suppose the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with smuggling.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Ubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself. Tell me about your friend Ubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all.
No, I don't.
Does Ubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're amusing, don't you?
What can you tell me about this pipe?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The Gliese Gallery.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Alright, so we have our next destination. Meanwhile, several hundred kilometers away.
I've had enough of your games, Kala. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Kazakh. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough! I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over. Come the morning, you'll be ready to talk.
Let me see if I can get a flask off this guy here. Because obviously you have to do something with that flask.
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
Alright, so he has his
I
eyes
grabbed the
covered.
flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink. Excuse me.
What?
Ever heard of Carol Climax, the movie star?
Yes, but I don't care for the kind of movie she's made. It's smut like that which has caused the moral decline of the Western world.
Is it true that Carol Climax was murdered by her husband?
First I heard of it. I thought she just retired.
I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Alright, so yeah. I think we're done here, I think.
Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Gliese Gallery.
I'm not sure which is which. But we'll go here. That's not it.
I had a choice of destinations. The cafe at Montfaucon or the art gallery.
We'll go to the art gallery.
The Glee's gallery had style and class, but very few customers.
Let's talk to this guy. He seems to be in control here.
Are you Mr. Glee's, the owner?
Good God, no.
Then I guess that must be him over there, right?
Your powers of deductive reasoning astound me.
Have you heard of Professor Ouvier?
Yes, of course.
I was at his house earlier.
If you're going to drop names, you could at least name one worth dropping.
I thought Ouvier was a well-respected man.
Why, his last book was nothing but pseudo-intellectual claptrap. Demented ramblings of a drug-dependent has-been.
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Please can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge.
Give him the alcohol. I think that sounds like a good idea. We put the worm in the alcohol?
I don't think so. I didn't think he'd be interested.
Well, let's talk to Mr. Grease here.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Certainly, sir. I'd be most happy to oblige.
You're English?
These days one prefers to think of oneself as European.
Sure. Whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
Talk about the main statue.
What I really wanted to ask you about was a black stone.
A black stone?
Yeah, it's a Mayan artifact, about as big as my hand.
No, sir. One doesn't get much call from black stones. If it's Mayan artifacts you're interested in, I have some rather exquisite pots.
So did I, until that slob smashed it. Have you heard of Professor Ouvier?
Of course. His name is synonymous with Mayan art. A number of these artifacts were supplied by Ouvier himself.
Do you believe the story that Ouvier murdered his wife?
If it was true, who could blame him? He was an opportunist tramp. Well, that's what I heard.
Have you seen any of Ouvier's wife's films?
Only one. Believe me, I was appalled, shocked, disgusted, and repulsed.
Well, you sure got your money's worth. Last time I went to the movies, I wasn't even titillated.
Okay, talk about
I
it.
suppose you have an import license for these relics?
Of course. But that's not my problem, sir. The professor arranges all the shipping. We simply collect the items from the docks.
Could you tell me which docks Professor Ouvier uses to import the artifacts?
God, no. I can't possibly reveal my commercial secrets.
Do you get many Central American Indians in here?
And no, sir. This is Paris. Central America is several thousand kilometers southwest of here. Straight across the Atlantic Ocean and turn left. You can't miss it.
Well, as it happens, I saw some Central American Indians this very morning.
Tourists, sir. Paris is full of them at this time of year.
There is a gentleman over there who seems to be enjoying your wine.
I can't think why. It's very cheap.
I found this news story referring to a total eclipse of the sun.
Really, sir? Well, well, fascinating.
The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
Oh, I can see the glass. So maybe we can actually pour the alcohol in this glass. That does anything.
I splashed a little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Alright. Let's talk to him again, I guess.
I'd had enough of talking to that slob.
Oh, gave him some alcohol, but didn't seem to do anything. Let's see if we talk to him and it changes anything.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the man.
Excuse me, sir. That area is private.
Oh, so I'm not allowed back here?
No, sir.
I'd had enough of talking to that slob.
Gonna put the worm in the glass. No. Maybe we just need some more alcohol.
Allow me.
Gets you drunk. For whatever reason here. So go back here to these cases here.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side was the remains of a label. Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing.
Alright, so guess that's our next destination.
I had no possible use for a credit card reader.
I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else we can do here.
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
We'll talk to Mr. Grease once more before we leave.
Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me.
I wasn't going to waste my breath on that drunkard.
I'll talk to some girls here.
Hi, girls.
Just annoying me. Oh.
What's the joke?
あなたはキレてですね。
Okay, fine. The pots were protected by a glass case.
Okay. Go back cafe or back to the house again?
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
Not sure if that will help us.
Go away.
Go away! You're so mean. What's a cafe, I guess. So we can't talk to him anymore, I don't think.
Excuse me.
What?
I've been looking forward to seeing my girl, but she wanted to rush off to see some professor.
I see. And you think she's having an affair with this professor?
Look, forget it. It doesn't matter. Didn't you try to appeal against her dismissal?
There was no point. It was my word against that of the chief inspector. And he was a close friend of the director of the museum I was supposed to be patrolling.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
Okay.
You need anything else?
The waiter wouldn't have been interested.
That's all.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
What?
You wouldn't have wanted that. Which museum was it you were supposed to be patrolling?
It wasn't as if anything important was stolen. Just a rusty old tripod.
The tripod I'd returned a few weeks later. Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Oh my. Maybe you read this.
It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another
Oh,
small
this is
piece of
a list.
paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
Oh, a few hours later.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Okay. Get in here.
Hi, good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it? Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say.
What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
That animal doesn't seem too hot for a guard dog.
No? You haven't seen him in action.
Doesn't look like he has the energy to wag his tail.
Just like my wife. She's like a slug in a coma until she's annoyed. Then, she's like a tiger with a rat up its ass.
Sweet.
Alright.
Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure. They have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
I agree, Embassy. After I get done talking to this guy, I will change the volume settings. I thought it was just me.
I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
I have a hard time hearing the voices here. Let's just reduce the music volume. Let's try something like this, maybe. Hey, Tata Jade, welcome to the stream. We'll see if this is any better.
Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker.
That seems to be better, at least to me. Let me know if the music and the speech is good.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her, and you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
Yeah. Struck down by an Indian with a poisoned dart.
A poison dart, huh?
I could tell he didn't believe me. I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
Have you ever heard of Professor Ubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one. Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible. This is the dart that the Indians shot at my girlfriend.
Sheesh. That's pretty weird, but I don't see why you'd expect to find her here.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
So we need some paperwork.
See you later.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
Ouch! That's hot.
Oh,
The panties would not have been thick enough to shield this level of heat. Hey, 20. Hey, 20.
Let's see what's over here.
I couldn't reach the documents.
So we gotta do something with the dog. Oh, there's a bottle here. Let's see what this bottle has.
The bottle was just out of reach. Nothing was going to get me into that water if I could help it. My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform.
There's a hook over here.
The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook for hooking boats.
Alright, let's use the hook on the bottle here. Seems like a good choice to do here. Hook this bottle in.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
Oh, let's see if there's anything in the bottle here.
It was the beer bottle that slob of a watchman had dumped in the sea, now half full of filthy dock water. The label read, "Surge, the beer that clears your head."
So maybe we can... Oh, we don't have any more alcohol. Is the worm in the bottle?
That isn't it at all. My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform.
I don't think there's anything I can do in here. I need for him to leave. So I gotta do something with that chimney. Gotta do something with that chimney. Somehow block the hot air or something. So I have a bottle now. Maybe I can use a bottle on it. Is that the one that thing that kind of makes sense?
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it. Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney. That chimney looked very exposed without its cone.
That is something.
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
I'm sure that the dog's a killer. Still gotta do something with that chimney, I think. Follow again?
The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
Now we can go in here. Get some papers.
The packet was full of dog biscuits. That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was. Baked beans and ketchup.
Ew.
Someone had once told me a piece of coal brought you luck. Who was I to argue with irrational superstition?
Yow!
Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain. The box contained nothing but blank forms.
So I can't get the paperwork. Don't think going out here will be good.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here.
Okay, just hold on to that dog.
Alright, so I think that's it here. I don't think there is anything else in here.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform.
I think I need to put that platform back up. And put the dog biscuit on it. And
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
time the vent here.
I felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed.
I'll climb over the fence, I think.
As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well, like a dog.
Alright. Oh, so over the fence we go. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the stream. Port here.
The sign looked as if it was firmly attached to the wall. Anyway, I didn't really want it as a souvenir. A sturdy chain and padlock hung around the door handles.
Oh, I guess I'm not getting in that way.
I decided not to tamper with the clamp. Those jaws looked like it could snap shut at any moment. I couldn't reach the wheel and couldn't see any point in climbing up to it. A sturdy chain and padlock hung around the door handles. The grill opened from the inside. The din must have drowned out the sound of my knocking.
Oh, let's go up the ladder here.
Maybe there was a way in up there.
Oh, there's a fan there. Oh, so we gotta do something to maybe jam it with the hook.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its blades were mashed by the boat hook.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak? That must be his boss.
Okay. So, I think that's all we can do here for now. Since now the fan is quiet, he'll be able to hear us knock on the door, maybe. Probably should save it. It's been a while since I've saved the game here. I actually haven't saved it at all. We're already 27% complete. And we haven't been playing this game for a little over an hour now.
The metal housing prevented me from getting to the fan.
That's safe. I haven't died yet. I'm not sure if it's possible to die in this game or not, but first game I couldn't die. Yeah, very helpful, Ambazine. Very helpful.
Who is he?
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes pizza.
Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella.
Hey,
What now?
look.
This pizza's been paid for. You might as well take it.
I told you, I don't like pizza.
Not even with extra olives?
I hate them. Olives are the devil's butt nuggets.
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Probably need to do something up here. You come out? Hey, we're not coming to the water. That's always a fun thing to do. And now we can get in. Keep Mr. Pablo from coming in here. So let's save again. So I'm not sure this is like we're inside the warehouse that could be dangerous. Alright. Probably something at this desk drawer here. Still grab whatever's in here.
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key. Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coramonte City. It was locked. All the crates were firmly sealed.
Whoa! Don't shoot!
The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico. I waited for him to shoot me, but it didn't happen. Instead, he seemed to want to tell me something. What? What do you want? He seemed excited, almost desperate. What did he want so bad?
Oh, that's shocking, everything. That's how it happens when you live along the big body of water. More storms. I think it's supposed to be warm here.
Hi. I'm not going to hurt you.
Coramonte.
Is that where you're from? Coramonte City?
Coramonte. Coramonte.
Okay. This was the dart you used to knock out my girlfriend. If she's come to any harm, I will count you personally responsible.
Lotte capito fnor.
What have you done with my girlfriend?
Huh?
I am not leaving without her. Where is she? He didn't appear to understand me. What does this key unlock?
Huh?
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay? Hey, come back here. The little guy
Okay.
had gone to ground amongst the stack of crates.
Well, can't do anything else for him. The manacles. Do you actually get the manacles?
It was the set of manacles I'd removed from the little Indian's ankles.
Oh. Guess it's only elevator, I guess.
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now?
Wait, maybe? Push the crate over and stop that from.
There. That would keep the doors from closing.
Let's see what's in this crate with holes in it.
I was wrestling with the small crate when I noticed the label on its side. Danger. Live contents do not drop. No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Pulley system here.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
Well, there's a switch and a button here.
There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Not sure which is which.
Nothing happened. That was probably because the elevator was already on this floor.
Oh, I see I have a light. Oh, no, some scratch marks over here. Let's go take a look at these.
There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall.
Alright, interesting. Open it?
My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling. Just as I'd hoped. A secret room.
Oh boy. I wonder if we can jog the statue now.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move. Nico!
Oh, I found Nico. You have unlocked bonus comic artwork.
Will you look at this? It was a small statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face.
Hey, somebody's marketing Labino dolls.
Some Thai Nico here.
There. How you feeling?
Oh, thanks, George. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Ubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on, starting with that Mayan stone?
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Moon. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oublier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oublier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Nico, wait. I decided to keep the masking tape. It was bound to be of some use to me.
I'm sure it will. Oh, nothing else here. Let's save it here.
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Let's talk to Nico. Whoops.
Okay. Tell
me what you know about Condor. Condor Trump government export take the main movement from Central America to Europe. That is the cover for the real business, drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
What proof do you have? Nothing yet.
Tell me about this Karzak.
Tell me about this Karzak guy.
I saw him.
Well, I saw him only for a few minutes, but he frightens me.
I got the impression
that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like wild animals, like a tiger.
Like a tiger. That's what scared me most.
That's what scared me most about him. He looks so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Ubier's
wife? Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star? No, he was married. What happened to her?
She died.
She died in mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious?
How mysterious? I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Obier himself. A murderer, huh? Once I said he was something of a celebrity.
Did I hear you refer to...
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Moo? Yes, you remember him?
Of course I do.
Of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
No.
Oh no, he appeared after the book and sword case was brought over.
When he found out
who was with the Neo Templars, he went into hiding. Who knew more that was good for him? Does he know about involvement in the case? If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Did that Indian guy mistreat
you? Did that Indian guy mistreat you? If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
But what about the little guy?
What about the little guy? I don't know if he knows where he is or what he's doing. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Typico from whatever. Typico, that's what I heard Pablo called a dwarf.
Do you recognize this?
Do you recognize this? Is that the dog that was knocked me out? That's right, I took it as a souvenir.
Have you any
idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm
not very well acquainted with Megan Diary, George. But whatever his name, I'm sure he's ugly.
I found these.
I found these in the bag. Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read
the note. God knows what's going through under his mind.
That's quite plain enough.
I think it's quite plain enough.
Look,
Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing.
That must have been
I don't
Pablo
blame
doing.
him.
I don't blame him though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poison dart?
You're still sore about the poison dart? Of course I'm sore.
Do you know where Condor is based?
Do you know what Condor is based? In Central America, a place called Puerto Milton.
I saw that name on
I saw the name on the docket downstairs. Alright. So let's say so we're gonna have to do that conversation again.
A sturdy beam was jammed across the doors. These doors were not going to open.
Come through the window here.
There was no way to open that window.
Oh, we have a pulley here. We pick up a statue and a crate. Oh, maybe we could put the tape over the, over that so we can use the crate for something, I guess.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
So you can't do anything but push this back and forth. Okay. Now we'll put this crate on the other crate. Don't think I can move this crate. Oh, I can. Now you can move it.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics.
What on earth are you doing?
Trying to raise the statue so I can hook it to that pulley.
Is that really going to help us?
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Yeah, we can use the statue to boot down the
There
door.
wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
Got rope here.
It would be much easier to attach the rope to the statue first.
Oh yes, then attach it to the statue, to the pulley.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope. I didn't want to remove the rope from the pulley.
No, point it.
I didn't want to remove the rope from the pulley. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
I'll use the pallet carrier here to push the statue, I guess.
I didn't want to remove the rope from the pulley. It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
Okay. I guess we need Nico's help. Nico, I need your help here. Alright, let's
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What
help.
for?
Have Nico
This,
help
my
us with the
dear,
statue.
is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Okay. Push!
Push, push. Boom! Right through the
Great
door.
teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
So I guess we use the manacles to go down this road. Manacles maybe?
Nico, I have a great idea.
Oh, back in Paris.
George, where have you been?
Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, Andre. Give the stone to George.
well, of course. If you say so, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Monte is in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
Alright, a few days later.
Cuaramonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
Lots of people here.
Hey, it's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Cuaramonte City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
Oh, good time to save, I think. We have a couple people to talk to here. The band.
Hi.
Wanna buy something?
No, not really.
I got cabbages. Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so. I didn't come all this way to buy vegetables. Listen, have you heard of Condor Transglobal?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on both purchases.
I'm not into cabbages.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, that's Catlepoca. Put it away, senor. That's Catlepoca brings nothing but evil.
The poor guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages.
See ya.
Alright. We're not talking to him?
Hi there. What have you got for sale?
Okay?
I said, what have you got? Oh, never mind.
Nobody. Talk to the woman here.
Hi. Lovely bread.
¿Qué?
Bread, pan?
Sí, pan.
Maybe I'll come back later when I'm hungry.
Let's talk to this woman. And most of you people can't talk to me because I don't speak the language.
Those things are gourds, aren't they?
Sí.
Hey! Mind the footwear, lady. Do you have crabs?
No, only fish.
Nice fish.
Thanks.
If, by some remote chance, I ever need a fish, I'll be back. Do you recognize this statue?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, Night Hunter.
I know, but I don't believe in luck, good or bad.
You may not now, but you will.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Go away.
Now they're not on a cruise. We found out we got the Mayan statue, and we're going to Guatemala City. So we gotta figure out how to get there. So obviously this place is in Central America.
Hey, cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Guaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn 10 times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult us?
No, really. They're good.
We'll take your word for it.
Too many dog biscuits.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Have you seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor? Don't you know who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead. You think I'd carry it around in my pocket if it wasn't?
I'm not sure why you'd be carrying it around in your pocket, even if it was dead.
Take a look at the design on this label.
I have seen that before.
Where?
There was a ship flying a flag just like that.
When did you see this ship?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
What was the ship with the condor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the condor ship came in, we were told to go away.
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
It's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Alright. Let's talk to Pearl.
George Stowberg, well, along
Mrs. Henderson. Boy, this is some coincidence, huh?
When you've been married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria. He was an army veteran who suspected he was working for the CIA. but wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged. Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoiled sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own?
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, but the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres. The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the great design, George.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one. What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had two of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected, honey.
Sometimes I get the feeling that communication with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot. What do you make of this statue, Pearl?
Ooh-wee, that's a spitting image of Dwayne's brother Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
Yeah, her glasses are pretty out there. Pretty out there.
Look at this, Pearl. A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
Take a look at this news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an eclipse of the sun, which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd think the government would warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything. Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Anybody else out here? Oh, Mr. Dwayne.
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square.
Are you still working for... you know who?
You know I can't talk about my work, George. That's between me and Uncle Sam.
Hey, Limousine, have yourself a good dinner. Hopefully I won't beat this game before you get back, but can't say for sure. It's already about 40% done.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Quaramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been in prison just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
What's the real reason the musician was in prison?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
Why did you bring a huge truck like that?
George, I'm on a top-secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastique initiator. They'll hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
The truck is a bomb.
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog too, she just laughed.
Alright, that's more information that we needed.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
Sure I do. You have to get up pretty early to catch Dwayne with his pants down.
What? You beat me to it?
Condor Transglobal is all wound up. Seems like my investigations scared them off.
Oh, let's see about the panties.
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No. A guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
Alright, I guess we'll talk to this man. We'll go away around here.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah. Look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
Alright.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists. But it scared people around here, so I stopped.
Okay.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought. Did you see the ship with the Condor flag?
No.
But the dock is just the other side of the square.
Might as well be the other side of the moon.
Have you heard about the eclipse of the sun?
Sure, I'm having a party to celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
What do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No. Someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
Well, I think we should talk to Pearl again, since we talked to Dwayne. Probably should visit the police station.
I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte in a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. Makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
Did you know that the truck was full of explosives?
Whatever gave you that idea, as if I couldn't guess?
Your husband. He was exaggerating, wasn't he?
Sometimes I wonder how I'm gonna cope with Dwayne's over-fertile imagination.
Catch you later, Pearl. Hey, Nico!
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor. With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavation. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Paramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
Oh, thanks for the follow to SF Boss. Much appreciated.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No, I never heard of him.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Claramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Claramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour. When he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Oubier. A visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Oubier?
Si, senor. Professor Oubier. A French archaeologist.
What's Oubier doing in Claramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
He's not telling the whole truth, I don't think.
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, senor Stobart.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh, boy, fabuloso.
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you. I never heard of the guy. Where did the panties come? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing. Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
Lies,
Are you
lies.
sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Claramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants. They will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your longing.
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor, whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
I'll be back.
This guy's a little creepy.
I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's. I decided to leave the television switched on. It was a computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Sort here.
Senor. Leave the child alone.
Doesn't have anything here.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International's gonna hear about this. I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
That's bad.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
General, not a very nice person.
Do you recognize this statue?
It's Catholic Oak. The Night Wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
Do you know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
So long.
Alright,
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes. It looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the General didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the General.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe, but that guy's weakness isn't in his foot. Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something? That man we saw talking to the General was Oubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Oubier, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte. Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great. Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
That's because it's a plot item. Probably gonna need to use it at some point.
Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house. Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Oh, it's a sailor game after doing all that talking. Let's see if there's anything else back here. Ah, this guy. Oh, yeah, we need to talk to him.
Professor Ubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart. Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazak, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
Maybe you don't, but I do. Why was she known as the Little Dachshund?
It was just a silly pet name I used to call her. Somehow some damned reporter found out.
What do you know about my girlfriend's abduction?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was invited to your mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't do enough of these things.
Man.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
A Central American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means, literally, smoking mirror. There. You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims. And victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Do you see this label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here, to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
Well, that's news to me.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
Well, let's talk about the
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History is my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
From me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
Alright. So I guess maybe need to talk to the general again. Now this was like gonna be one of these
Hey, Nico!
talk to the right people things that we have to do here.
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back.
Alright, who else do we need to talk to? Let's see this poster here.
In Quaramonte, defacing a poster was probably a capital offense.
Look at this hut.
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table.
Maybe we'll talk to Nico here.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
I think I need to use Nico to get the map. Not sure how to do that yet. There's a goat here. You want a biscuit maybe?
Hey, Nico!
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering.
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
She's nice.
Hi, my name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Let's talk.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason we came to Claramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
What?
Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
Do you have any evidence that the mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Do you know Professor Ulier?
Yes. I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the general be interested in an archaeologist?
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
Alright.
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Claramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I have no idea.
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
It's all come in handy.
Nice bones.
They got a little strange.
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Let's talk about this strange guy here.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Cuaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines, with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
How come you're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. Kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
Oh my. Oh my.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Maybe after that conversation, we probably don't have anything to talk about.
Keep out of there. That's where the explosives are stored.
I don't know if we can talk to these guys. They might not have anything to say.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please. Go away and let me get on with my work.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
Oh, I think we're done here. You can talk to Dwayne, maybe. Dwayne might know something more about what we just discussed. Figure out who we need to talk to about what.
Did you find any evidence of Condor's drug smuggling operations?
Drugs? Hell no! Condor was a cover for the illegal export of Mayan artifacts.
So who was behind Condor Transglobal?
It was registered in the name of Edan.
Did you get the guy?
I don't think he ever existed. Edan backwards spells Nady, Spanish for nobody.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Guaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Interesting.
Is Miguel the reason you're here?
Pretty smart, George. I was supposed to make contact with him. By the time I found him, though, he was in jail. I've been trying to figure out a way to get him out since then.
Sounds good to me. Count me in.
Good man, George. All I need is a detonator.
How come you brought a truckload of explosives but no detonator?
Call me old-fashioned, but I say packing trunks is woman's work. I left the packing to Pearl, and I can't find a darn thing. Just hope she remembered to bring my denture polish. I'd sure hate to arrive back in the States with tar on my teeth.
Alright, so we might have to go back to Conchita again, but let's talk to Pearl first.
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
No, I haven't. Is he a real general?
I guess so. He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least, for any army I'd ever seen. Do you know where I could buy a detonator?
Did Dwayne put you up to this by any chance? Oh, I get it. This is to detonate the truckload of explosives, right?
Hey, come on, I was kidding. Did you think I was serious?
I know what you boys are like when you get together and make plans. Dwayne says he could solve all the world's problems if he had enough missiles.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Alright, let's go talk to Shatika again. Then we have to figure out how to deal with the general.
Do you have any kind of detonating device in stock?
Sure. They're kept in that cupboard.
I don't suppose you have one spare?
I can't simply give you a device like that, no without a damn good reason.
The General has a chart in his office, which he was discussing with Ubier.
Perhaps that chart will tell us where they're heading.
Maybe, but I can't get anywhere near it while the General and his sidekick are there.
Well, can we get one?
Hey! Stay out of that cupboard.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Oh, I guess not. So, I guess we need to try maybe talk to Nico again. I think we need to get Nico to, we may go to the police station and distract the general while we look at the chart.
Could you distract the general while I took a look at that chart?
You're kidding. Did you see the way he was leering at me?
Yeah, you'd make a great snake charmer. Come on, 5 minutes is all I need.
Well, maybe. But it's your harebrained scheme. You do the talking.
Probably should have saved it before we did this, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, detail in the first game are really nice. Capture the atmosphere perfectly.
My girlfriend has a favor she wants to ask you, General.
For you, my dear. Anything.
I've changed my mind.
Let's change your mind.
She's embarrassed about asking you for an interview, General.
An interview? With me? Fabuloso!
Well,
I want to write a story about you.
I write a story about you.
You hear that, Ronaldo? An exclusive glossy spread about your beloved general.
Si, Signor General.
Sorry, Senor General.
I'm going back to my apartment and I don't want to be disturbed.
I'll get you for this
I'll
job,
get you for
Stuart.
this tour,
Don't
stop
worry.
it.
If you're gone for more than a couple of hours, I'll come and get you.
A couple of hours.
Couple of hours? Alright, guess he doesn't try up the chart, but I think he's gonna stop me.
No, Signor.
No, senor. The general said nobody must see that chart.
He won't know unless you tell him.
You don't know him,
You
Signor.
don't know him, senor.
You
You will worm it out of me as easy as he waxes his ear.
Okay. I'd have to get rid of him.
Maybe we can get talk to him again, see if there's anything else we can talk about.
Would you take my friend to the ruins now the general's gone?
I'd be honored, Signor.
I'll be honest, senor.
I'll go get him.
So that means we can get Pearl, I guess. And then nobody will be in his office, and we can. Then we can finish this plan here.
I've made the arrangements for your visit to the temple, Pearl.
Oh, that's just great, George. Why don't you come too, honey?
I'd love to, but right now I have to save the world.
Listen, sweetie. I'm looking for
Listen,
an official
sweetie, I'm
guide to
gonna,
take you to
official
the
guy,
old
you
pyramid.
take me to go pyramid.
For a lovely lady.
Oh, lovely lady, I'll go to the end of the earth.
I will
For you, I'll go as far as the pyramid and back.
But
What about your husband?
What he doesn't know won't
Oh, he doesn't
hurt.
know, won't touch
Let's
him.
go, Beanpole.
Let's go, Beanpole.
As Pearl and Ronaldo set out for the ruined pyramid, I prepared to search the police station.
Definitely want to look at the chart for sure.
It looked like a geological survey map showing the land to the southeast of Cuaramonte City. About 60 miles inland and upstream was an area marked Teoculcan.
I probably can't get
The
in this
safe was
thing.
undoubtedly locked. I had no need for junk mail, especially. The filing cabinet was probably locked.
If I had anything there. That's a big deal.
I'm George Stobart. You're Miguel the musician, aren't you?
Ex-musician, senor. My career is finished.
Going to jail could be the boost your career needed.
Senor, I would rather die than live with this shame.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
Yes. The old man spoke of him.
The foreigner? Professor Ubier?
That's right. This man Karzak is Ubier's boss.
Why is that noose hanging from the bars?
Ronaldo strung it up for me to hang myself. Don't cry for me, Senor Stubborn. When I am dead, the goddess will take my soul to rest in paradise.
I couldn't reach the noose. There was nothing I wanted to talk about right then. I couldn't reach the noose.
Don't have my hook anymore. Nothing else we can do there. So we're gonna go speak to that chick again about the map that we saw. Then we probably have to talk to Dwayne. And then I probably have to talk to Miguel again. And then probably gonna be a nice big explosion.
I got a good look at that chart in the police station. It's a map of Quaramonte.
Does it tell us where Ubier is heading?
Yeah, a place called Teoculcan.
That's the site of the mine. I wonder why they're being so secretive about Ubier's plans. One thing's for sure. If the general's involved, they're up to no good. I'd like to talk to that musician again. Take the detonator and get him out of that jail.
Alright. So we can go in here and get the detonator. Finally making some progress after a lot of conversations here. Time to go talk to Dwayne. So why go on the other side?
Here is the detonator, Dwayne.
Keep your voice down, George. You want everyone to know. You'd best go and warn Miguel that the U.S. cavalry's on the way.
Okay.
Alright. Probably should save before we do this just in case something bad can happen.
I couldn't reach the noose.
Okay, there's noose.
Hey, Miguel!
What is it? What is happening?
We're getting out of here.
Who's we? They've sent the Delta Force?
Nope.
The Impossible Missions Force?
Don't make me sick. Much better.
Who then?
A retired greetings card salesman from Ohio.
I'm doomed.
You're not the only one.
I should have known you'd be trouble the moment
Should know you've been trouble the moment I saw
I
you.
can explain everything.
Get in that cell.
Get in that cell
What
now.
if I refuse?
He'll shoot you.
Okay, here I am, going quietly into the cell.
Very wise.
Very wise.
Stump.
One of the
Listen.
reasons I hate guns so much is the way they make people so damned impolite.
I hope you're enjoying your vacation, Senor Stovar.
Go polish your weapon, Ronaldo.
This was part of your plan, right?
Well, in a manner of speaking, no. I was all out of ideas. It was up to Nico now.
So, here we are.
So here we are.
Changed.
I thought I would slip.
I thought we should be something more comfortable.
The stench of cheap cologne rolled over me like tear gas.
So, what do
So
you
we want to know about me.
Ask and I will answer.
Ask and I will answer, and I will deny you nothing.
I am a very giving.
I'm a very giving
How
person.
nice for your friends.
Your eyes.
Your eyes are glittering like stars.
His damn cologne was making my eyes water. I was running out of sofa.
As spirited as you are beautiful, I admire that.
As long as he admired it from afar. The tiger was beyond help. I didn't want the picture. It was a portrait of some thug in a uniform. A tiger skin lay on the floor. A lava lamp, hip in a retro way. I had no doubt the general thought it was hip, full stop. I didn't want the lava lamp. I didn't want to watch a lot of tawdry soap operas. Cutting-edge technology in 1978, at any rate. A stuffed swordfish. On close inspection, I noticed that the swordfish was peppered with machine gun bullet holes. The general was a real sportsman, and no mistake.
Alright, so I think we looked at everything we could in here. Let's talk to the general.
Is that a lava?
Is that a lava lamp?
Sure, it's more impressive in the dark. I'll close the blinds.
No, no, don't.
No,
do
no,
that.
don't do that.
Not on such.
Not on such a beautiful day.
Who's the guy with the hat and the?
Who's that guy with the hat and that cigar?
Big fish.
Big
Catch
fish.
yourself?
Catch it yourself?
Fishing poles are for children.
Then how did?
Then, how did you leave bullet holes?
2 magazines on full automatic. It put up quite a fight.
I
love your CV.
Oh yeah, cool, no?
Mom, what is going on here?
What is going on here?
I was...
I'm in uniform. And when I'm in uniform, it's...
Madame la Presidente, sorry, Madame la Presidente.
No, What is
What's going on here?
Nothing, Madame la Presidente. I was just showing my friend Nico some of the cool stuff I've got.
Hi.
Good afternoon, señorita.
Yeah, please, Renata.
What are
The
your
police sentence with my son.
My son?
Intentions?
Intention? We were just talking.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
She has good bone structure.
She had good bone structure.
Has she any
Whoa.
brains?
Has she any brains?
Is she?
Yes.
What
What sort of question have you been asking?
I'm a freelance
I'm a
photojournalist.
freelance photojournalist. I do lifestyle features.
For what sort of...
For what sort of magazine?
Safest to play dumb with good bone structure. Hiya.
Hiya, lifestyle is a super rich
and
Bengalious Envoy magazine.
Excellent.
Excellent. Oh, you're sure you're well for a change.
It was pretty obvious who pulled the strings around here. I hope George was making good use of the time I was buying him.
And then it goes. When you were in this band of yours, you used to play that song for 2 hours?
Yeah, we were really famous at our college. Still, ours wasn't as good as the original version.
I had never heard that song before, yet I have no doubt this must be true.
Hey! Psst. Hey, George!
Dwayne Henderson. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. Get to the American consul and tell him I've been in prison without charge.
Get real, George. He was the previous occupant of that cell you're in. We're gonna have to use good old American know-how to get you out of there.
Uh-oh.
That, and this truck full of explosives I've got here.
Dwayne, listen to me. You'll kill all of us.
You're such a naysayer, George. It'll go like clockwork. Negative to negative, it's positive to you gotta get the bare copper wire here. Let me just, Alright, I'll just hook that up. Oh, there we go. Okay, just a minute. I've got to get to a safe distance.
Quick, Miguel, hit the mattress.
You have strange customs up north.
Here we go.
Too late.
Are we dead yet?
Horseshit.
What happened to the explosives?
There ain't no explosives. My dumbass supplier must have given me organic fertilizer instead of chemical. All I got here is 400 pounds of lightly fried horse apples.
That's a lovely image, Dwayne. Never mind, I'll think of something.
Alright, Susan was his news, I imagine.
I couldn't reach the noose. I didn't have the key to the lock. The door was locked. Listen to me, Miguel. You give me that rope, and I'll get us out of here. Is there somewhere you can hide from the general?
Of course. My friends have a boat ready to take me upriver. But how are you going to break out of here with just a short piece of rope?
I'm not sure, but I'll think of something.
If your plan doesn't work, will you let me hang myself in peace?
I couldn't escape that way.
Maybe I'll use the rope on the window.
I had nothing else to ask him. I couldn't escape that way. Solid bars protected the small window. I wasn't getting out that way.
Alright, so I used the rope.
I had nothing else to ask him. The door was locked.
Oh, there's the noose. And there's a noose on Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne, I want you to tie this rope to your truck and then drive forward. I'd had no idea whether this was really going to work, but I'd seen it in a black and white western. Of course, Hopalong was using a horse and Dwayne had a 4-ton truck, but hey, the principle's sound.
Anything you say, George.
Please forgive my mother. She can be a little difficult.
Oh, my feet.
Oh, my
Howard,
feet, Wall!
propose,
You
idiot.
idiot!
Don't mind her. She just wants grandchildren.
Don't think I can't
Don't
hear
think I
you,
can hear
Raoul.
you, Wall.
I want the worthy
I want a worthy successor, and you're not it.
Propose now, or I'll do
Propose
it for you.
now, I'll do it for you.
Nico, we haven't known each other very long, but... What the hell was that?
I didn't know what was going on, but Georges had to be involved in it somewhere.
I ain't gonna say it.
Well, I ain't gonna say a thing, that sweet's on a fallen masonry said it all.
Big senor, the river.
Huh? Wait, what about Nico?
Georges, what have you done? You only had to sneak a look at the chart, and it's turned into World War III.
No time to explain. Come on.
Don't move, terrorist scum.
You talking to me, Junior?
Yes, I'm talking to you, fat man. And my name's not Junior.
A word to the wise, Junior. You carry on waving that pea shooter in my face, and the next person who sees it is gonna be your proctologist. Savvy?
General, I am happy to report that I have apprehended the terrorists. You idiot, not them. The other American and the French woman. They're the ones.
When I recovered consciousness, I was alone, washed up on the riverbank. My head was aching fiercely, and my mouth tasted like a swamp. But I followed the sound and discovered a treehouse in a nearby clearing.
Ah, treehouse, that's always a good sign. Good time to save as any. With a vine.
That vine rope could be useful. The machine was broken.
What? What are you two?
It was a pile of damp leaves. It was heavy. I guess that was intentional.
Fasten the bus.
The leverage from the cross allowed me to turn one of the stones, but the other one remained stationary.
treehouse. Need to bind on the treehouse here? Nope. The leaves, perhaps? Hey there, Embassy, welcome back. Catfish and tater
I
salad.
placed the newspaper clipping over the damp leaves.
That sounds good. Maybe we need to use the vine to pull on the other press. Pull it the other way, I guess, maybe. Alright,
The
alright.
vine provided a drive belt to connect the two stones.
So I haven't beaten the game yet, Embassy, as you see. So we just got to this area.
Now I had the contraption working.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Not sure why the newspaper is in the leaves either.
The iron rim of the water wheel would have torn the skin from my fingers if I touched it.
So we want to jam this a little bit. Let's try the statue here.
As I held the fetish to the iron rim of the wheel, a shower of sparks cascaded onto the leaves.
Quick, man! Put out that fire! I've got a sick woman up here.
Sorry, Father, but I needed to attract your attention.
Alright, let's talk to Hubert here.
Who are you? What do you want?
What are you doing?
My
What do
name
you
is
want?
Stobart. George Stobart.
I'm Father Hubert.
I'm Father Hubert.
I
I don't suppose you speak French.
Why do you want to know that?
I found a young woman with a fever on the river this morning. The poor girl is close
The
to
poor
death.
girl is close to death, and there's nothing I can do but pray. I don't understand her, but I think she's speaking French.
Hang on. That must be Nico.
Alright,
What are you doing out here in the jungle?
God's work.
God's work.
Not quite the
Not quite
destination.
the destination I had in mind when I set out, but, well, you know what they say. Mysterious ways and so on.
You didn't plan to end up here?
No.
No, I was on my way to the miners' camp up to the north.
I was stuck here.
I was stuck here when the boat capsized on the river.
That's exactly what happened to me. How long have you been here?
11 years.
11 years.
That's my girlfriend you got in your treehouse. What's the matter with her?
She's been bitten by a
She's been bitten by a venomous river snake.
Can't you do something for her? There's a cure, isn't there?
I ran out of penicillin.
I ran out of penicillin and morphine years ago.
People speak of a root.
But the local people speak of a root which they believe can counteract the poison.
Where can I find this root?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the shaman at the village can tell us.
Will you show me the way to the village?
Me? Oh, but
Me? Oh, but I can't.
Can't. Nico's life depends on it.
you're right.
You're right, of course, I should, despite my own guilt and shame. But I can't go to a representative of God with a creased collar.
You mean you put your personal attire higher than the life of a sick woman?
I will not go that
I will not go to a village looking like anything but my best.
Give me your collar. I'm sure I can find a way to press it.
Oh, okay, that's what we use that press for. Thank you, my son.
Meantime,
In the meantime, I
must
must
contemplate my sermon.
complicate my sermon.
There was obviously more than a creased collar bothering the priest. It was Father Hubert's collar. He wanted me to press it for him. So there I was, hundreds of miles from civilization, doing the housework for a priest. It's a strange world.
Yeah, Embassy, the background is well done in this game. As well as the animation. Animation is nicely done as well. Don't see too many of these types of games anymore. This type of art style. Use that on the press.
The press worked surprisingly well on the collar.
Oh, I talked to Hubert.
Here's your collar, Father.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. You probably think it's odd me to mix with the fast.
If I've been living in the jungle for 11 years, I'd be completely screwy too. Screwy?
Screwy, yes, perhaps I am. Ever since I lost my last visit to the village.
Do you want to tell me what happened at the village?
I forgot my vows.
I forgot my vows. I let myself be overwhelmed by the beauty of this unspoiled paradise. And in a moment of weakness, animal passion reared Bradford's head.
You know, you should be writing romantic novels. Did you experience some kind of a physical liaison at the village?
Yes.
Yes, I'm ashamed to admit it. But I found myself doing the monkey dance.
I've never heard it called that before. And I didn't want to pry any deeper into Hubert's murky past. Now you've got your collar back, will you take me to the village?
I've still not finished my sermon.
I'm still not finished my sermon.
Father, I still don't know why you're so reluctant to visit that village. And it's none of my business. Whatever the reason, it can't be more important than saving Nico's life.
You're right.
You're right, I must be crazy.
Make haste.
We must make haste. We to reach the village before nightfall.
By the time we reached the village, it was sunset.
Hello, boys. Glad to see you're still wearing the underpants. What?
They're the best Christmas present we ever had, Father.
Mine are too tight.
Well, we all have our cross to bear. This is George. He has a request to make. I'm afraid I can't stay. Good luck, George.
That's a relief. I never feel comfortable with him about.
Me neither. These damn pants keep riding right up my butt.
So, what do you want?
My girlfriend has been bitten by a snake.
So, everyone in my family has been bitten by snakes.
I was bitten by a dormouse once.
She's real sick. I hoped your wise man might have medicine.
Wise man? You must have the wrong village.
Father Hubert said there was a wise man in the village who could help me.
Ooh, he must mean the old man, the shaman.
Are you going to stand by and let my girlfriend die?
Of course not. What do you think we are, savages?
We'll start the preparations for a cremation feast.
I'd like to see the shaman, please.
You can't just go walking in there and demand to speak to the shaman.
Why not?
You have to observe the protocol. The shaman demands tribute.
Tribute? You mean like a gift?
That's right.
The eternal question. What do you give a man who has everything? Give me a clue. What kind of things does your shaman like? Does he have a hobby, a favorite sport?
You insult us. The shaman lives on a higher plane.
Oh, right. Maybe a book would be more suitable. Or a jigsaw puzzle? Don't you just hate choosing presents for people you don't know? Here, He'll like these biscuits.
Oh, those are lucky guess. Just going to the items here.
If you say so.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and check. Hopefully that's the right item.
He liked the biscuits, especially the black ones. He wants to know if you've any more.
Oh no. No, I have what, an empty box?
The box was completely empty.
What does the shaman like? Shaman likes idols. So maybe give him this idol here.
I put the statue in the empty box. Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
I'll give them to him.
Alright, so hopefully he'll like the idol.
The shaman said to give you back the statue.
He didn't want it?
He's already got one.
Let's try the other one.
I put the Mayan stone in the empty box. Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
Let's try the other statue.
I'll give them to him. The shaman wants to talk to you.
I hoped he would. Well, it's been nice to talk to you guys.
Alright, we can go and talk to the shaman here.
That man wasn't the one I'd come looking for.
This all my here.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Please, sit down. Welcome, George.
Thanks.
It has long been foretold that a white man would bring the Coyote Stone to this village.
My girlfriend's been bitten by
My
a
girlfriend's been bitten by a snake.
You want me to heal her?
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Can you do it?
I'm not sure. My gums aren't what they used to be.
Listen,
my girl's in a coma. Please, old man,
Please,
give me the root.
Give me the root.
What root?
Why is Father
Why
Hubert
Father
so reluctant to visit
Hubert so reluctant to visit the village?
He used to come here a lot, but then he just stopped. You'd think he'd want to spend some time with his kids.
Did you say
Did you say Father Hubert has kids?
3 girls and 5 boys by my reckoning, all conceived in the same week at the Feast of the Monkey Dance.
Oh my.
Father Hubert
told me a root was to cure the bite of the river snake.
There's nothing sacred with these people. That was a secret, known only to members of my tribe.
If that root is my chance
If that root is my chance of saving Nico's life, I want them fast.
Time yet, George Stobart. Time to learn why you were called here.
I don't suppose...
this
would
is
be any
getting
use
used to you.
It sure would. This wax on a stick will change our lives.
What do you want it for?
Oh,
Decorate our bodies for the monkey dance.
Fine. If I listen to your
Fine, let's
story,
do it then. Get me for the
The
root.
eel travels far, but still returns to the place of his spawning.
And look, I'm running
Look, I'm running out of time to skip the riddles.
Many years ago, when the world was young, the great god and king Quetzalcoatl was defeated by trickery and deceit. His enemy Tezcatlipoca took his place as leader and demanded terrible human sacrifices. A group of loyal priests found a way to trap Tezcatlipoca. But his powers were so great, they knew he would not remain trapped forever. His time of incarceration would end with the eclipse, which marked the close of the Fifth Age. So the priests fashioned 3 obsidian stones which contained the power to seal the mirror for all time. But before the stones could be put in place, they were seized by the invading Spanish.
But how did they trap Tez, the evil god?
They built a pyramid which they told Tezcatlipoca was dedicated to him. At its center, they fashioned a huge mirror of perfectly smooth obsidian. Luring him into the pyramid with praise and flattery, they used sorcery to ensnare him in the mirror.
There's an eclipse of the sun.
There's an eclipse of the sun due very soon, isn't there?
The eclipse which marks the ending of the Fifth Age will come before the next full moon.
Less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
I didn't really believe that Tezcatlipoca would return, but I figured Karzak's plans were in some way connected. What happened to the stones?
What happened to the stones?
They were taken by the Spanish to the coastal town that is now called Guaramonte City. Only one stone reached Spain. The other 2 fell into the hands of buccaneers. The Jaguar stone was captured by an English captain, El Draco. The Eagle stone was taken by a pirate called Ketch. The 3rd stone, the Coyote stone, reached Spain safely. That is the stone in your possession.
Tell me more about the
Jaguar stone.
Many centuries ago, the port of Guaramonte was entered by a ship flying Spanish colors. The captain, the man known as El Draco, sent soldiers ashore. Only when the soldiers arrested the mayor did the people realize that they were English privateers. The mayor was held hostage while the soldiers looted and plundered the city. Amongst the treasures they stole was the Jaguar stone.
Where is the Jaguar stone?
Where is the Jaguar statue now?
El Draco took it back to his homeland, across the Great Sea.
To England.
To England.
Tell me more about the
Tell me more about the Eagle stone.
The stone was loaded onto a galleon with many valuable artifacts plundered by the Spanish. But shortly after leaving harbor, a terrible squall blew up and damaged the ship. The ship was intercepted by a bloodthirsty pirate, Captain Ketch. Ketch made short work of overpowering the crew, stealing the treasure, and sinking the Spanish ship.
Where's the Eagle stone?
Where's the Eagle stone now?
Nobody knows for sure. Ketch retired from piracy and bought an island in the Caribbean.
What do I do when I find the stones?
What's the do when I find the stones?
I shall prepare you. The stones must be taken to the heart of the pyramid. Only there can they be used to seal the gate by which Tezcatlipoca will return to this world.
Suppose I was to believe
there was anything to the story other than the man with the illusion of a seriously wacky old man. Suppose I was to follow hook, line, and kiss and sink. What then?
See that the fate of the human race rests upon your shoulders.
Do I get anything?
Do I get anything to help me combat?
Like what?
Well, a
magical weapon. Magical weapon?
Can you show me the way?
Show me the way to the pyramid of...
Not until you possess all 3 stones.
Now do I get the root?
Now look through it?
Take it. Make haste if you wish to save the girl's life. The hummingbird seems to be of death to come.
Now you're talking in riddles.
Now you're talking in riddles again.
Is it okay if I crash?
Listen, it's okay if I crash you. I've got no chance to find my way through the jungle in the dark.
You're welcome, but you probably won't get much sleep. Tonight's the night of the monkey dance.
A little later. So we've got cut 3 statues.
I left the village at dawn and stumbled back through the jungle in a post-party daze. It was just like sneaking back to my parents' house when I was younger. Except Oakland didn't have monkeys or parrots.
I think that we're gonna have to cross the route. Because you're not gonna give the route directly to her.
The juice from the root was soaking into the ground.
Probably use this thing.
The cone was ideal as a makeshift container.
Then use the cross.
As the liquid was squeezed from the root, it collected in the cone.
Got our drink here. And into the treehouse we go.
Look, Hubert, the antidote. What are you waiting for? Give it a go, quickly.
Nico.
Here, drink this. Oh, George, it's horrible. Just swallow it down.
Okay, try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other two stones.
Other stones?
Other stones?
What other stones?
What other stones?
What have you got?
We've got an instinct now, George.
The patient is sounding more like
Patient sounding more like her old self already. She got poisoned by a snake.
Nico recovered quickly from her fever. To save time, we decided to split up and look for each stone independently. I traced the pirate Ketch to a remote island in the Caribbean. With the fortune he'd amassed from piracy, he'd retired to a place that was later called Ketch's Landing.
Oh, I probably should save it here. So what do I have left here? I still have just one of the stones. Alright, save again. So I'll say we're about halfway done with this game. Let's talk to the man here.
Hi, is this Ketch's Landing?
Yeah, that's right.
My name's George Stowborn. You're a surveyor, right, Mr.
Bronson. Of course I'm a surveyor. Why the hell else would I have a theodolite?
I don't know. Hobby, maybe?
Yeah, right. What brings you here, anyway?
I'm searching for an ancient Mayan artifact.
What is it? Some kind of jewel?
No, it's obsidian. A black stone with supposedly mystic powers.
You're nuts.
This is similar to the stone I'm looking for.
What makes you think you'll find it here?
Because when the stones were stolen in the 17th century...
Hold it! The stones have been lost for 300 years?
Approximately.
And you're hoping to find them again? You're nuts. And why here?
A wise old Indian shaman told me he saw the stones in a vision.
Ha ha. That's rich. Listen, I got work to do, okay?
Catch you later, Bronson.
I just had to sneak a look at those plans.
Hey, get out of there.
You know, wherever I go, I hear those words. Paris, Syria, Ireland, or Spain. Makes no difference.
What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to show some interest in your project.
Oh, we need to get those plans somehow. Maybe we go out in that dock. Got a net here, maybe we can use this for something?
I didn't want a fishing net.
Talk to the boy here.
You want to buy some fish?
Nah, I don't like fish. What's your name?
Rio. It means river. What about you?
George. It means, well, it's just a name.
Is it true that Captain Ketch lived around here?
That's right. That's his house up on the hill. It's a museum now.
Yeah? That's exactly what I need. Thanks, kid.
You won't get inside, you know. The old ladies close it down.
What do you know about Captain Ketch?
Just what everybody knows around here. He was a pirate and get himself hung.
Oh, what?
No school today?
No, sir.
What about your education?
I can fish, sail, and swim. I've been looking after myself since I was 6, and I'm bilingual.
Aren't you a little overqualified for a beach bum?
Well, you know, there's a lot of competition.
Who are these old ladies you mentioned?
Miss Frost and Miss Mina Ketch.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Bronson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. They quietly regret it, you know. The man's a crook.
Will you help me get those plans?
I don't want to go nowhere near that man. He promised to drown me when he found the fish I left in his sleeping bag.
Do you know anything about pirate treasure?
Man, that's all stories. There's no such thing as a real pirate treasure.
Of course not. So let's go to the museum and see what we can do up there. Can't do anything with the boss in here.
Hi, Puss. Wanna play? Hey, cat. Watch where you're putting those claws.
Talk to the ladies here.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stobart. Would you care for tea?
No, thank you, ma'am. I don't like tea. Is that your cat?
Yes, it is.
It's Ruddles.
Do you like cats, Mr. Stobart?
Oh, sure. Why not? Everybody loves cats.
You bet. Especially spit roast. Can you tell me anything about Captain Ketch?
More than you can tell me about your great-great-great-great-grandfather, no doubt.
You're his descendants?
Certainly. Captain Ketch was born in Dorset, England, in the reign of King Henry VIII. His family were undistinguished farmers, but young Frederick Ketch decided to go to sea.
We have plenty of seamen in our family, Mr. Stobart.
Are you interested in history, Mr. Stobart?
Sure.
Yes, I am. You were telling me about Captain Ketch. Do go on.
Oh, yes. He sailed under Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins?
John Hawkins, one of the great traders of the Elizabethan age. In 1568, Frederick Ketch was a young man serving aboard the Jesus, Hawkins' flagship. They sailed from England to Africa and across the wide Atlantic to these islands. Ketch was never to see the shores of England again.
How come Ketch never made it home?
Because the Spaniards sank the Jesus in an act of treachery.
You said Hawkins' fleet traded between Africa and the Indies. What was it they were trading?
Black men with no shirts.
You have to understand, Mr. Stobart, that this was the 16th century.
But that doesn't alter the fact that Hawkins and Ketch were slavers and pirates.
Would it surprise you to learn that Hawkins was also a devoutly religious man?
He transported slaves in a ship named after Jesus Christ. In my book, that makes him a hypocrite. What happened to Ketch? Was he killed?
Oh no. He got away and returned to this island, to this very house.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum.
Is it true Frederick Ketch was a pirate?
Frederick Ketch was emphatically not a pirate.
They hanged him, you know. Down there on the beach in front of his family. Didn't bother with a trial. Just whipped him out from his breakfast table and hoisted him up in chains.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, if he wasn't a pirate, what did they hang him for?
Envy. Pure green-eyed envy. He had been a successful privateer, you see, and had accumulated great wealth.
As rich as a mink in a paddock.
Shut up, Mina.
Yes, Frost.
The small-minded governor and his lackeys wanted his money, trumped up some ridiculous charge about breaking the conditions of his letter of marque, and hanged him like a common thief. The blackguards!
Letter of marque?
The document that permitted him to engage and destroy the enemies of the crown. The difference between a lawful privateer and a pirate. Woohoo! Sorry, Frost.
Well, why didn't Ketch just say, take a hike, guys, I've got a pirating license?
Frederick Ketch was not a pirate.
But he did show them his letter of marque.
But they destroyed it and hanged him anyway.
I've been talking to Rio, the little fisher boy.
I'll thank you not to mention that little wretch in my presence.
Dirty little whelk. Nasty fishy boy.
That will do, Nina.
I gather you don't have much time for the little boy.
That child is a delinquent, Mr. Stobart.
Yeah, well, he's only, what, 11, maybe?
A knave with one hand on the tops.
What is it about Rio that you don't like, Miss Frost?
Well, once upon a time, he and Emily...
Be quiet this instant, Mina.
What can you tell me about Emily?
Emily?
What business can she be of yours?
Her parents were killed in a typhoon.
We, as her only living relatives, took it upon ourselves to raise the child.
That's good to know Charity isn't dead.
Oh, but she is. Washed overboard in the typhoon.
Mr. Stobart wasn't talking about Emily's mother. He was being sarcastic.
What else can you tell me about Emily?
How dare you pry into our family in this way? I refuse to answer any more of your impertinent questions.
Okay, we're gonna go back to Rio and talk about Emily, I think. See what we do with this ladder here.
The ladder extended easily. I couldn't reach it.
You there? What are you doing?
Pardon me, ladies. I was just going to climb your ladder. I'm helping Bronson.
Oh, you're not like him, are you? He's very polite, isn't he, Frost? And he has dimples when he smiles.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do here at the moment.
window was locked.
Nothing else over here. Nope. Alright, let's get back down and talk to Rio about Emily.
Tell me about your friend Emily.
Why are you so interested in Emily Ketch?
Emily Ketch? A descendant of Captain Ketch, the pirate?
Yeah.
What, doesn't bother you?
Why should it? We don't responsible for our ancestors.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy.
Alright, that was bunch of nothing. So we need to get that ladder, I guess. So I guess we gotta talk to the old ladies again, maybe. See if I get anything else out there.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the sisters. It was locked.
The house is closed.
How come?
It is undergoing refurbishment.
Refurbishment? Where are the workmen?
Preparation is half the work, young man. The intention is to prepare the museum for the new century.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum. It would look nice in neon.
A museum for a pirate? There was a stony silence.
As I have already told you, sir, he was not a pirate. It's precisely this sort of vile misrepresentation that Mr. Bronson is seeking to rebalance.
Oh? How?
Mr. Bronson has kindly agreed to undertake the museum's refurbishment at a very reasonable price. He understands the importance of a sense of history.
Funny. That's not the impression I got of Bronson at all.
He also understands spherical geometry.
Mina?
Well, he does.
Listen, ma'am. I came a long way to visit this place.
If we make an exception in your case, everyone will want to get in.
Pardon me, but I didn't exactly have to fight my way through the crowds.
You're the second visitor we've had today.
No, I'm sorry, but it's impossible.
Maybe we can talk to the ladies now, try to convince them that I didn't get in here.
You're really fond of that cat, aren't you?
He is our companion and our solace.
I thought about catnapping the little monster until they let me in, but it wasn't my style. Maybe there was some other way I could use their affection for the cat to get me into the house. Okay, it was time for diversionary tactics. I thought I saw a little girl down on the beach.
You must be mistaken.
He must be mistaken. Mustn't he, Frost?
I'm sure I'm not. A little girl and that young fisher boy.
What? It's not possible. What were they doing?
Oh, the kinds of things that all little boys and girls get up to at their age.
When I was a little girl, we used to play cows and milkmaids.
Woe betide you if you're lying to us, Mr. Stobart. Heaven help you.
With a creak of ancient corsetry, the sisters sailed majestically over the distant horizon.
Not sure if I can do anything here at the moment, though. Not sure I can do anything here at the moment. So the windows are probably locked.
Just my luck. I'd struck out again. The windows were all locked. I didn't have a flag on me, so the flagpole would have to stay bare. It was a flagpole, one of a pair. The flagpole had some sort of technical gadget on the end. I couldn't reach the flagpole, and a bush stopped me from moving the ladder across.
Oh, got nothing, so we have a worm, maybe give that to the kid. Not entirely certain here. Try to give the worm to the kid. See what happens. Alright, let's go here and give the worm to the kid here.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Bronson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. Oh, I know all about Mr. Bronson's plans.
Can you let me have a fish, kid?
I thought you said you don't like fish.
It's not for me. It's a present.
For the old ladies? Well, it makes a change from flowers and candy.
No, it's for their cat.
Okay. What do I get out of it?
I can pay you. I've got Quaramontian dollars, French francs, and traveler's checks.
You must be joking. The nearest bank is 3 islands away.
I'll give you the one.
Is this worm worth a fish?
Could be good bait. How did it die?
I think it drowned in tequila.
Just like my Uncle Gabriel. Yeah, I'll have that. Okay, I'll get you a fish. It might take a while though.
Alright, am I have to wait here for a fish or come back later or what? Yeah, no fish for me. Talk to him again, maybe?
Did you see the weird sisters come by here?
Did I? They look madder than usual, so I hide until they've gone by.
Just as well. They thought you were playing with Emily. Boy, were they steamed.
Emily? You're madder than them.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy. I didn't know the first thing about sailing a dinghy. It was a seaworthy little craft, in bad need of a coat of paint, but spotlessly clean and maintained. No luck with the fish?
No, man. They don't want bite. That's cause they know there's a storm brewing.
Storm? I don't think so.
Hey! I caught a bite!
You have?
It's a big one! A real big one!
Reel him in, Rio. Jeez, it must be a whale or something.
Rustiest whale I ever see.
I still need a fish, Rio.
Okay, make me try again.
Maybe you better change your bait.
Alright, might be something with
The
this
only
bus.
serviceable part of the bicycle's wreck was a rubber inner tube. You just never know when you're gonna need stuff like that.
Alright.
There was nothing else on the bicycle wreck I could use.
See if it catches me a fish here. Give it to the cat.
Here's a fish, my man.
I can't put it in my pocket while it's flapping about like that.
No problem.
Dead fishy. Alright, so I think we are ready to give the cat the fish. That much I know we can do. Not sure we'll do the inner tube. Maybe we put the inner tube by the pool. And we can swing across it or something. Fish.
Okay, cat. You don't deserve this, but here's a little fish. The little monster ate the fish, but never strayed far from the ball. I wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat's claws. I couldn't reach it.
Well, climb up the ladder then. So I guess we can put the inner tube on the flagpole.
maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. I didn't have a...
Whoops. This will put the new tube on, though. So if we want to distract the cat, maybe you could put the fish at the end of that tube so we can get the ball. Because he's playing with that ball. Not sure how that's going to help me at all. I'm not sure what the purpose of that cat is. We'll get another fish here. We'll try that. Okay.
There's a fish, my man.
Alright. Let's try putting the fish on the pole here, maybe.
That should get the old cat dancing. I just hoped it didn't give itself a cardiac. I didn't want to risk the wrath of that vicious animal by putting my hand within striking distance of those claws. I didn't want to risk the wrath of that vicious animal by putting my hand within striking distance of those claws.
Go up the ladder then and do it. And the cat had the fish to eat. Let's put the tube back on again. Probably put the ball at the end and maybe you can swing it and hit something with it.
Not such a good idea.
No?
Maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all.
I don't know what else I could do here. We got a ball and then a tube.
No.
Maybe I have to do it from ground level. Might get some more options here.
I couldn't think of any reason to climb the tree.
Put into one of two. Oh, you can make a slingshot for the ball.
I put the ball in the catapult. Took aim. Yes! Okay, so it was a lucky shot, but I'd knocked the theodolite target clean off the end of the flagpole.
What the hell's going on here?
Hi, Bronson. Nice to see you, too.
You again. Have you been screwing around with my theodolite target? Where is it? I had to climb out of the window to put that one on. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go through all that again.
Not this time. The house is locked up and the sisters aren't here.
Hell's teeth! I'll have to put the spare target on the other flagpole. A whole morning's work wasted. I'm gonna fix all this and then I'm gonna fix you, you hear?
Yeah? Fine. I'll be waiting.
We can remove that out of here. Keep him up there.
What you doing, Bronson? Just hanging around?
I'm gonna kill you for this, Stobart! Get me down from here!
What, so you can kill me? Gee, you talked me out of it, Bronson.
I felt a little guilty about leading Bronson up there, but not much, obviously.
Hit the marker?
The marker was a bright, shiny thing, and I have a weakness for bright, shiny things. It wasn't going to be much use without the theodolite, though.
Can we pick it up over here somewhere? Yeah, I'm gonna leave him hanging. Gonna leave him hanging. Cause I am such a nice guy here. So I guess we can go down and get his plans now.
With Bronson out of the way, I could finally get a clear look at the plans. Engineers' drawings didn't mean much to me, but one thing was clear. These plans were for a 5-story, 200-roomed, luxury, pirate-themed hotel. Another stain on the bedspread of paradise.
Oh, I can show that to the old ladies. I have no idea where the old ladies are. Are they gonna be back up here again? I'll assume they'll be back up here.
You there? Why is
Yeah, there, why is Mr. Bronson hanging from the flagpole?
He climbed up there of his own accord.
Then help him, you
Then
stupid
help him,
man.
you stupid man, quickly before he falls.
Here, Bronson's plans.
This means nothing to me.
She's not wearing her reading glasses.
Ah, wait. Yes, I see now. I see it all too clearly. That man is planning to build a huge hotel. Bronson is a confidence trickster. Me now we have been duped. I'm glad we didn't sign his contract.
Oh, I hate tricksters. Especially confident ones.
Come, Nina. Mr. Bronson, you
Mr. Bronson, you consider yourself persona non grata.
Yes.
Yes, Kate Cannon.
Kindly
Kindly disentangle yourself from our flight group. Eject yourself from our property this very minute.
Disentangle.
Disentangle. Eject.
Hey, cut that out, you
Hey, cut that out, you crazy old bat. How dare you? A minute is crazy. She's engaged in the eccentric.
Yeah, as a bed
Yeah, the bed bug.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Lovely as this little vista is, I'd be really grateful if you could let me into the museum now.
Certainly, young man.
Certainly, young man. We're most grateful for you for exposing the scandal.
Mina, the lock.
Minya, the lock.
Thanks, ladies.
Stobart, be a pal.
Go be a pal. Get these hopies off of me. Oof. Meanwhile, in London,
While George was basking in the sun-drenched Caribbean, I went to London. It was a long shot, but I thought I'd start my search for the Jaguar Stone at the British Museum.
alright. Let's save our game. I got 60% here. Oh, I think I am going to stop it here for tonight. And we will finish this probably tomorrow afternoon. We'll do a short stream of this to finish it off. And see what happens here with the 3 statues. And next Friday will be our next stream. Or after the one on Monday, obviously. And we will probably be starting up Syndicate. If we beat Broken Sword, we will start up Syndicate for Friday night. And we'll get that game rolling. And then on Saturday, if I get, what's that game called? The name escapes me right now. Dragon something or other, which is another dungeon crawler type game. If you don't forget the full name, it has dragon in the word, dragon in the name. And we'll be playing that if I get everything set up and working correctly on Saturday and Sunday afternoon about 1 p.m. Eastern. And then of course Saturday and Sunday nights we will continue our playthrough of Syndicate. So if you're not already, feel free to follow me here on Twitch and on Twitter, as well as Discord. Yeah, no problem there. Hey CJ, not a problem. And yeah, let's look for someone here to raid here tonight. Oh, right, let's see here. Let's give Hat next year a raid. He's playing some more Desperados, Wanted Dead or Alive. So we'll go ahead here and give him a raid. So, thanks again, everyone, for coming, and I will catch you guys all tomorrow.